Let's go back in time a bit. Back to a time pre-AI where if you saw an image, then you knew it had to be one of two things: the genuine article or something edited with software. A time where you could look at an image and know that it was either real or, at worst, simply photoshopped. Like this image you can see right here. At a glance, this looks like a rather normal image, by all accounts. And yet back in the mid to late 2000s, this image quickly gained popularity across the likes of Ni Channel and beyond. In fact, it was so popular that it even has its own Pixiv page, and became something of a meme for people to imitate with other characters. But why? Was there a hidden ghost? Something photoshopped in to make it creepy once you finally found it? No, the real reason this image was doing the scary image rounds was the subtitle at the bottom. "I came here alone with my teacher." Looking at the image of the girl and thinking about the meaning of that single sentence, it shouldn't be too hard to figure out why people found this otherwise perfectly innocent picture to be honestly horrifying. Who was this girl? Why was she proudly on TV proclaiming that she was on an outing, alone, with her teacher? And why did the television program deem that this was something acceptable to even air in the first place? And perhaps most importantly, where did this image even come from? And was it even real to begin with? If we put this image into a reverse search, we can find results going all the way back to 2009. However, we can tell by looking around the various threads that, even by then, the image was rather well known, so it has likely been around for even longer than that. And judging by the quality, it does seem likely this image comes from at least the mid to late 2000s. What else can we tell from it? The top left corner states, "Summer-like weather all across the country." And beneath that, "Ideal weather for an outing." The girl is wearing a jacket, however, so it's unlikely that the interview took place during actual summer, but rather sometime in spring, right as the weather is warming up. The location is also Kegon Falls, a rather popular sightseeing location in Tochigi Prefecture. Now, over the years, people claim to have actually seen this interview and vouch for its veracity. But of course, nobody has ever actually been able to provide proof of it. This in and of itself isn't proof one way or the other, however. Plenty of lost media has shown up decades later, proving the original posters right, while plenty more has never shown up, and eventually been proven to be fake as well. This image isn't fake. I saw it on the news in real time. I was like, is this okay to air? But I didn't think it would become this famous. I'm pretty sure she was a junior high student. I don't remember if the teacher was a man or woman. Stated one comment from 2018. But of course, this is the internet. You can state whatever you want, especially anonymously. But without proof, well, nobody has to believe you. 1 year after that comment, someone even stepped forward claiming to know the real story behind this image. According to them, this girl was a member of her school's photography club, but this club only had 3 members. This interview was taken during a club trip, but one member had to miss it for family reasons, while the other was ill. Thus, this girl went alone with their teacher. The teacher, apparently a young man, suggested they cancel the trip, but in the end they decided to go through with it. And then the girl ended up being interviewed, and that was that. But again, this was posted anonymously and without proof. And as if to support that, various other anonymous comments also claimed to know the truth, which was, of course, different to that poster's claims. This was my friend, and she said it was a day trip with a female teacher, says another comment from 2021. Was it a male teacher? A female teacher? A day trip? A club outing? Who, if anyone, was telling the truth? Eventually, it seems a now-deleted tweet was dug up, claiming to tell the actual truth behind this image. Some time ago, I added the subtitle to this cap and uploaded it somewhere. For proof, they added the original cap without the subtitle at the bottom. It seemed, finally, the truth had been revealed, and as you might expect, it was a mere Photoshop. Now, these days it's really not that hard to remove text from an image. You can go to any number of websites and simply drag and drop an image, and bam, they'll remove the text for you. But even if you do that, it will generally leave behind some evidence that the text was removed. Some blurring, some smudging, some weird pixels, etc. I tried it myself and you can see the results here. However, the supposed original image doesn't show any blurring or warping near the microphone and bag strap, for example. But, perhaps even more importantly, there's something else you can see at a glance that does seem to verify this textless image is the real deal. It's uncropped. If we compare it to the subtitled image, the subtitled image is zoomed in a little. The original provides more image around the edges. And again, this original was found before AI became as common as it is today. So there's no reason not to believe that, yes, this was the actual source. This was the original cap, and then text was added after, and the image cropped ever so slightly. And then it was uploaded online to do a little trolling. Which obviously worked, as we're still talking about it today. But that's still not all. One Japanese internet sleuth was also able to dig up an old Ni channel thread that appeared to be talking about the interview in question, in real time. It was apparently aired on NHK News on April 30th, 2007, shortly after 7 p.m. And comments in the thread remarked on a beautiful young girl with glasses, and how Kegon Falls had appeared. And so, it seemed, the mystery of this rather odd image was finally solved. It was, in the end, simply photoshopped. Nothing more than that. Of course, thanks to its popularity over the years, all sorts of people tried to add to its story and mythos by claiming to know the real truth behind it. But reality was far more boring. It was simply an old NHK News interview. And no, it wasn't about a girl on a trip with just her and her teacher. And that was that. But what did you guys think of this one? Let me know in the comments below, and if you'd like to help support this channel so you can see more content like this, please consider hitting that join button down below as well. Every bit of support really helps. Thanks guys, and I'll see you again next time.